by the time the game is over tonight. I said they just can't draw. They don't.
Private school.
Yeah. Private school.
Too many other things in a big city.
Yep.
If it was the only show in town, like St. Leo draws well.
Right.
Because the people love them up there.
Well, that is the thing. I mean, you got literally so much more to do. They don't even get a mention in the newspaper, like ever, unless it's a feature of some sort.
Looks like I've got the microphone today.
Yes, you do. Oh, you do? Oh. I didn't even check. I didn't even think about it. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Well. You got room? I can move.
Oh, yeah,
down
I got plenty.
All right. So now that, don't worry what I texted about those games next week.
Okay.
Or that later. We just alternate. That's fine.
Yeah.
And in fact, I really don't even care. If you have a preference, if you'd rather do all the guys' games, I don't care at all.
I thought we were fine alternating.
Okay, that's fine with me too.
Yeah.
I just didn't want you to feel like if there was something you wanted to do, I don't want to take it away from you in any way. So.
Nope.
She was very nice.
Yeah. And welcome everybody to University of Tampa women's basketball as the Tampa Spartans get ready to take on the Valdosta State Blazers non-conference basketball from the Bob Martinez Center on the campus of the University of Tampa. Hi everybody, Jack Ike along with Scott Lynn as it's midweek basketball and just one game. Normally we have a men's game and a women's game. Tonight the women get the spotlight, Scott.
They do indeed, and they're playing a very good basketball team. Valdosta State is a team that was picked to win their conference, the Gulf South Conference, this season after they won the league last year. And going into last season, they were picked to finish 9th in the league. They surprised everybody. This year, they come in as the favorites. They're 4-2. They've been nationally ranked, dropped out of the rankings this week, but they've been ranked as high as 20th in the country in Division II.
And I think they're playing one of the hotter teams in at least the Sunshine State Conference, as the Tampa Spartans are 7-1 on the year, 3-1 in the Sunshine State Conference. But the Spartans have been doing a great job lately, picking up a lot of wins, and it's a team that we both think is a very talented team with a lot of depth.
Well, and we're not alone. Carly Coons, the coach of Valdosta State, told me about an hour ago, she says this is the best team we will have faced so far this season. So I think we're in for a good show tonight.
All right, the starting lineups for today's game for the Tampa Spartans. They will start number 1, and that is Faith Sanders. Faith is a senior, and she is from, where is it here? Savannah, Georgia. I was looking at Northern Kentucky, a transfer from Northern Kentucky, but played her high school ball in Savannah, Georgia. Number 4, Rachel Warden, a sophomore from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Number 5 is Karma Jeremy, a senior from Orlando, Florida. Number 22, Stasia Titer, a junior from Orlando, Florida. And number 44 in the middle, 6'2", Molly Franson, a junior from Tinley Park, Illinois, also a transfer from Northern Kentucky. On the other side, or the Spartans, I should say, are coached by Tom Jesse. Assistant coach is Caitlin Mitrick, and the graduate assistant coach, Elena D'Alfredo. On the other side, we have the Valdosta State Blazers, and they will start number 4, Taylor Bowie. Scott, that's a name people should know.
Absolutely. A former All-American from Nova Southeastern. This is her 6th year in college basketball. She played here.
She's vested.
She's very vested. She played here at Tampa last year, scored 14 points to lead Nova to a come-from-behind win, and then she was injured and missed the rest of the season. Only played in 5 games. She got a 6th-year medical redshirt.
And found Valdosta State to her liking. We have tipped off. Spartans are in white. They're moving left to right. Valdosta State in the black with the red numerals. Pass into Molly Franson. Goes back to Karma Jeremy off the glass and rolled it around too hard. Rest of the starting lineup. Number 5 is Kia Perry, a senior from Gallatin, Tennessee. Number 15 is Maddie Mitchell. She is a senior from Warwick, Georgia. Number 34 is Kenya Simone Dixon. As Valdosta State on the board, leading it 2-0. Dixon is a senior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And number 35 is Aaliyah Cheatham, a junior from Perry, Georgia. The head coach, Carly Coons. Assistant coaches are Taylor Murkison and A.J. Freeman.
Maddie Mitchell got the first basket for Valdosta State with a nice move in the low post. And now Tampa trying to get back and get even here.
That is Rachel Warden. Hands it off to Stasia Titer, who has been a great addition to this club, transferring in this year. 3 of the 4 players on the court for the Spartans transferred in from D1 programs. This person, Karma Jeremy, did not. She's been a 4-year starter. And Rachel Warden, the other person who has been here her whole career, a sophomore, came right out of high school. You kind of get a mix at this level.
You do. And you find that with all of the good Division II programs. There are kids that are going to want to play, maybe see more minutes, or maybe they want to move closer to home, and so they'll find a Division II program where they can drop down and play immediately and play some good high-quality basketball.
Karma Jeremy fouled on her drive and should go to the free throw line. And she will.
And much the same. You know, you see Taylor Bowie, who was an All-American. You look at the skill level on this Valdosta State team. Maddie Mitchell was honorable mention All-American last season, and when she averaged 16.6 points and 8.5 rebounds per game. And then you add to that Kenya Simone Dixon. Kenya, it was a preseason All-Gulf South Conference player. She was first team a year ago, averaged 15 points, 8.5 rebounds a game. And she's basically an All-American caliber player as well. So you got 3 really good players forming the core of this Valdosta State team.
Jeremy knocks down 2 free throws. We're tied at 2s. Spartans with a little resistance in the backcourt. And they get it across. That is Bowie, the transfer from Nova Southeastern. Cheatham, top of the key. Nice drive by Perry. Off the board too hard, though. Rachel Warden racing to the other end.
Warden, of course, coming off that great game against Lynn the other night, a career-high 23 points, made 7 of 9 from beyond the arc.
1 short, and there's a nice shot by Molly Franson inside the arc. No, is it a 3?
No, just a 2.
Okay. Thought he held up 3 fingers.
Yeah.
1 short, the 7 3-pointers, 1 short of the school record.
Is that right?
Yep. I sent Tom Colby scurrying into the record books for that one.
I know. You asked him after the game. We had to look it up.
He texted me that night.
Oh, very good. You know how to get things done, Jack.
I do.
Foul in the backcourt here.
Should be on Warden.
Kia Perry picking up that foul. It's this is a team that did play at Eckerd College in the South Regional last year. Lost their first round game to Benedict, but again went 22-10 in Carly Coons' first season as the head coach at Valdosta State.
Titer, nice little pump fake. Franson, nice jumper. Missed it, front of the rim. We've mentioned it a few times this year about Spartans women's basketball as anybody, any day, could be the star of the team.
Right now, the Spartans are just looking for somebody to get the ball in the hoop. They're 1 for 5 so far.
Sanders off the front of the rim.
Sanders, by the way, has struggled from the free throw line this season, as you know. I was here at least 2 hours before the game. She was the only one on the floor, and she was shooting foul shots, working on the game.
Long jumper, Cheatham off the rim, bounces around in gravity, gave her a basket. 4-4.
Yeah, she is a prolific three-point shooter. That's her 14th make of the season, shooting about 35% from downtown. Has shot about 40 tries this year. They have about 3 or 4 players who can knock him down from beyond the arc.
Sanders kicks it out. Tighter in. Jumper from the elbow. Knocks it down. 6-4 Tampa.
Boy, you talk about her addition. She's leading the team at 12.5 points, 8.9 rebounds, 1.5 steals. That's a great addition for Tom Jesse's team.
Bowie directing a little traffic. Goes to Cheatham, top of the key. They swing it to Perry. Jumper on the way, and Dixon knocks it down. And they'll get a 3 points for that. I thought she was inside the line, but my angle was a little distorted. Does that seem right? I thought she was well inside.
I think it was just a 2.
Okay. Spartans on the layup. They've missed a couple point-blank layups early in the game. Bowie looking inside. Mitchell back to Bowie. They tried a 2-person game there.
Dixon, who scored last time down, is one of those players who played elsewhere and transferred to Valdosta State. She played at Florida A&M earlier in her career.
Bowie looks to drive, kicks it out. Perry, three on the way, and she hits that one.
I talk about all the three-point shooters, and that's just her 3rd make of the season. She doesn't shoot very many. That one looked pretty clean.
She was wide open, too. 10-6. Under 5 minutes to go in the quarter. And I say this every game, women's basketball for the 3rd season plays quarters, 4 10-minute quarters instead of 2 20-minute halves. Tighter kicks it out to Warden. Looks like they may have scouted Tampa a little bit.
Yeah, Kia Perry was right on her, wasn't she?
Tighter as the clock wound down off the back of the rim, and to the other end comes Valdosta State. To the corner to Cheatham, guarded by Tighter. She gets a 3 on the way. Off the front of the rim, Warden dashing to the other end. Finds Tighter, stops. I think she traveled on her way in, and she did. So with 4:09 to go in the quarter, we are going to take a timeout. 10-6, Valdosta State leads Tampa. You're watching this game on TampaSpartans.tv.
Walters Press Box is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game and party. The Press Box at 222 South Dale Mabry. The Press Box, one of our many outstanding sponsors of UT Athletics. How about checking out the Barnes & Noble Campus Bookstore? It has everything UT in one place, located in the Vaughn Center, first floor. Open Monday through Saturday, or shop online at utampa.bncollege.com. And if you want to take a bus anywhere to a game, or anywhere, really, you could do what the Spartans do. The official chariot of the Spartans is Mart's First Class Coach. If you need to charter a bus, go online to Mart's, M-A-R-T-Z, First Class, all of that is one word, .com.
Saw one of the buses on the streets of Tampa today, downtown Tampa.
All right.
We took one up to Gainesville when the Spartans played the Florida Gators.
You got to travel with the team.
We did.
Boy, that's nice. You and Devin both.
My daughter Devin got a hoodie from the team.
Nice, very nice. I think she might be their favorite person in the whole world.
She's pretty close to it.
Yeah. That's neat. Well, rough start, obviously, for the Spartans. Just 2 for 9, and again, missing some shots right at the basket. Hopefully those shots get cleaned up a little bit. I know that we have some substitutions coming here for both teams.
Yes, Emily Ashu coming into the Spartan lineup.
And also the shortest player that we've seen on the floor this season.
You are correct. Don't tell me. I'm saying 5'1".
Kayla Bonilla is listed at 5 foot even.
Okay.
I said, is she a legitimate 5-footer? and Carly Kuhn says, well, actually, she's 4'11".
Yeah, but she's got platform sneaks.
Oh, yeah.
Emily Ashu into the Spartan lineup. She is a junior transfer from Naperville, Illinois, by way of Bradley University.
Warden missed a long 3 there.
Long 3 by Dixon, knocks it down. And Tom Jesse quickly pointing out to either Tighter or Sanders that they missed an assignment.
Yep, and Karma Jeremy, who went out, is right back in as a result of that.
Couple easy three-point looks early in the game, so Tom Jesse wants a timeout. 13-6 is the score. This will be just a 30-second timeout.
Well, and he didn't even want it all 30. He was just basically saying, we're not going to have that. We just come out of a timeout. We said you have to defend their three-point shooters, and you have a wide-open three-point shooter. And it's, like you say, it wasn't the first time.
Quick reprimand and get back out there.
Yep. And Tom Jesse continues to talk to Faith Sanders on the bench at this point, saying, hey, we got to play better. This is a good team. And I know Tom Jesse says that every time. You know, every game it looks like, oh, boy, they've got so many good players. But Valdosta State does have good players.
Definitely.
And they're well coached. And they are a team that you have to play pretty darn well to beat. And so far, the Spartans have not looked up to the challenge.
Rachel Warden with the ball for Tampa. 13-6, Valdosta State out to a quick double lead on the Spartans. She'll knock down the three if you give her a look. They seem to understand the Spartans do have some three-point shooters. Franson goes behind the back, weaves her way between two players, and puts it in.
And how Molly Franson must feel. Remember last game, she didn't even get a shot off.
Yes.
She got 4 fouls and only played 10 minutes. 0 for 0 from the floor, from the line. Just a game that just didn't happen for her at all. So that has to make her feel better.
Yet we've also seen her have a 16 to 20-point game.
Yep, she had a 19-point game against Nyack, her season high, in which she made 7 out of 10.
Steal by Jeremy. She's going to push it as far as she can. Ball taken away, goes out of bounds.
That's what Kayla Bonilla does. She is fast. She's pesky. She's a freshman. The 5 foot. We're going to say 5 foot because I'm not sure how Kayla feels about 4'11".
This is
okay,
true.
But 5 foot freshman, she will always be in the mix defensively.
Warden, she gets a good look there, wide to the left, and I think a foul as Tighter went up for the rebound and got a hip check out of the way.
Taylor Bowie threw out a left hip and connected, and so it's going to be Tampa ball.
Rachel Warden will inbound under the basket right side. Franson gets the inbounds, deep right corner. I guess deep left corner from our perspective. Tighter, jumper, a little too hard. Rebound, went right to Jeremy. She gets fouled on the way up, and the foul will be on. Who is that going to be on? Coraza. Coraza from Pembroke Pines, Florida, one of a couple players from the state of Florida. Predominantly a Georgia team, as Valdosta State is in Georgia. Members of the Gulf South Conference. We're pretty familiar with them in the games we've done over the years.
Absolutely.
Valdosta State shows up a lot of times playing Tampa.
The baseball teams play each other, yeah. Boy, just a rough start here for the Spartans, without a doubt.
And another line change coming up for Valdosta
Maddie
State.
Mitchell back in. That she won't be out long.
Also coming in is number 21, Crystal Townsend from Cape Coral, Florida. A senior. I thought that someone else came in.
Aaliyah Cheatham, did she come back in, I think, at this point?
I believe so.
And also, Carrazzo's been in. So, I think that's the changes there.
Spartans have Warden, Ashu, Franson, Jeremy, and Tighter on the floor. Pass inside, stolen by Franson.
Yeah, Tighter got a hand on it, knocked it away. Molly managed to pick it up. You can see, though, great man-to-man defense by Valdosta State.
Yes. Jeremy drives off the glass too hard.
But you can see Valdosta State has really scouted them. I mean, whatever they've seen in video, they're not defending Karma Jeremy from 15 feet out because Karma's not a perimeter shooter.
Air ball.
And they're definitely denying the pass as the cutters go through from the weak side to the strong side. They're denying the passes. They know what they're doing defensively, and they're causing a lot of problems.
And if they get to the rim, they're making the layup even tougher.
Yeah.
Spartans love to get to the rim, and what I've noticed, they love to get to the rim on the left side. Ashu, a little fadeaway, knocks it down, and it's 13-11.
Yeah, Emily Ashu, who played 2 years at Bradley University, Peoria, Illinois, near my hometown of Lincoln, Illinois. I went and said, hey, I'm from Lincoln. She goes, okay. I don't think she knew where Lincoln was. I imagine as a freshman and a sophomore, you probably weren't getting many road trips to Lincoln.
No, and she's from Naperville, a Chicago suburb.
Right.
So.
Oh, nice pass.
Nice pass from Titer to Franson, and we're tied. Less than a minute to go first quarter.
Well, since that timeout, the Spartans look to be a little...
Message received?
Yeah, message received, exactly. And I think that was a very good timeout. And, you might have thought it was an early timeout, but, boy, it did send the message.
Just a 30. Made his point. Oh, a nice move inside. Rolls off the rim. Franson fights for it, and Titer gets it. Tries to slalom her way between a couple players, and Ashu finds Jeremy. Spartans with about a 4-second shot clock difference can run it down pretty deep. Tom Jesse calling out the play for the team. I'm sure they'll want to run it down a little bit. Ashu outside the arc. 8 on the shot clock into Franson. Franson, a fadeaway jumper, rolls off the rim, no good. And 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Quickly up court to Cheatham. She's going to drive, but I think she carried it.
Yeah. Good call.
Not that you and I are all dogs, but, when players now, the way they can dribble the ball, ball handle, used to be if you put your hand on the southern hemisphere of the ball and dribbled,
it would be called a carry.
Now that's just called ball handling.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're just way out of line with how you do it.
Right.
We have reached the quarter as a last-second shot falls short. Spartans came from down 13-6 to tie it 13-all after the first 10 minutes, and we'll get ready for the start of the second quarter. This is Tampa Spartans.tv.
Let's give a big shout out to Dr. Selman and Gasser and Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team for keeping our players safe and providing athletic training services and medical care to University of Tampa student athletes. Call Pizza Hut at 251-3399 if you're in downtown Tampa. Get your pizza delivered to UT today. That's the local number here. I'm sure you watching in Georgia today, you have your own Pizza Hut number to call.
Do not call that one.
You'll have to Google it, however. I'm not sure. 251-3399, though, here in the Tampa area. And if you're thirsty to wash down that pizza, grab yourself a Pepsi, the official Spartan soft drink.
Referees huddling near midcourt. A couple of them, actually all of them, familiar faces to us.
Yes, absolutely. The interesting thing here is that even though it felt like a frustrating quarter from a Spartans perspective, because they only shoot 29% in the quarter, it's just missed shots. It wasn't that it was sloppy play. They only had one turnover in this first quarter. So they were playing pretty well. Valdosta State with only 4 turnovers. So, again, pretty well played. It just felt like it wasn't a great quarter for the Spartans because they just didn't knock down any shots.
This is true. Also off the misses for the Spartans. They were able to get 2 offensive rebounds, but out of 12 shots, 12 misses.
Spartans, by the way, I know you mentioned their record of 7-1. They're 6-0 at home. They have won 4 straight games overall. But they know they've got to play. They got to play harder and better than they did in that first quarter to win this game tonight.
So it's Faith Sanders, Rachel Warden, Molly Franson, Emily Ashu, Stasia Titer for Tampa. Taylor Bowie. Cheatham also in the lineup. Carraza. Townsend. And who's the other one in there? Mitchell.
That was a nice move inside. Didn't get the finish, Mitchell, though, but she made a nice move. Faked right, put it up with the left hand and off the iron and into the hands of the Spartans.
Titer gets a nice pick from Franson. Free throw line. Oh, was that blocked?
No. She just passed towards Emily Ashu, and the shoe was standing in the corner. She, I think, anticipated she was going to run for the rebound.
Shot missed. Titer with a rebound. Titer racking up the rebounds early. That's 3. And taken away by Bowie. They just kind of got tangled up there near the Blazer bench.
You know, it's interesting. You say, was it blocked? On the stat sheet, it said it was blocked. I don't think it was. I think it may have been an illusion.
They had a worse angle than we did.
Yeah, I think it was just a pass. She anticipated Emily coming from the corner. So they're still, well, no, they have changed it to a turnover here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so
All
there
right.
we go. Initially, it was not a turnover, and I thought, really?
And Bowie getting a little bit too creative on the defense there.
Taylor Bowie can do so much for this team. Again, she's averaging 12.3 points, 3.0 assists. She can make the three-point shot. She's made 10 of those this season. But, she is the interesting thing was when she played here in Tampa last year, scored 14 points to lead her team, Nova Southeastern, to a come-from-behind win. Then she was injured. She was the reigning SSC Player of the Week. She was injured, and then the next game they played, Nova played Valdosta State.
Really?
And I wondered if maybe that seed was planted because they played close.
She
Nova did beat Valdosta State, but only by 3.
Warden, there we go.
Carly Coons didn't. I'm sorry, Jack.
No.
Carly Coons didn't know if that was really a reason that she ended up there, but she knows that she had done her homework and found out this is a pretty good team and a good program. So she reached out. Taylor Bowie actually reached out via email to say, hey, would you be interested?
But she just reached out on Stasia Titer, picked up her second foul, and has gone to the bench. Bounce pass inside, shot clock to 2. Not going to get it. A tie-up by the Spartans, and it will be Tampa's ball. Too bad they had the tie-up because they were going to have a shot clock violation.
Yeah, so we lost the arrow on that,
right? The arrow.
Yeah, the Spartans.
For what you were going to get anyway.
Yeah, right.
Players need to be aware of that.
Although we've seen some pretty good moves there by Maddie Mitchell. She might have been able to get that off.
Yes, you never know. Fling it without looking. She does average 17 points a game.
Yes, indeed.
3 players in double digits. Bowie, Mitchell, and Dixon. Nice rebound, tighter jumper. Oh! The little ones just aren't falling right now.
No.
They're good looks.
Definitely having good looks.
Cheatham up top, goes to the corner. Dixon passes it around. They go deep to the corner again. Townsend drives, pops inside the lane, missed. Rachel Warden fights for it, and a reaching foul is going to be called on Dixon.
We see, as you mentioned, I think Lauren Cody's in the game now, number 32 for Tampa. And she has played well. She came off a season-high performance against Lynn, 14 points. She had 4 blocked shots as well in that game.
She had a nice game. Lauren Cody is a junior from Findlay, Ohio, by way of St. Joseph's College of Indiana. Tallest player on the floor. She is 6'3". A shoe, deep water, missing. Coming back the other way. Cheatham, top of the key. They swing it to the corner. Townsend. Again to the corner to Cheatham. Off the rim, no good. Tapped around, fighting for it. Warden got it. Foul called on the floor. I think maybe on Tampa. Cody, I believe, is going to get called for the foul. It is on Lauren Cody. Karma Jeremy into the Spartan lineup. Stasia Titer getting her first breather of the game. Cheatham will inbound. Free throw line almost taken away by Warden. She goes to the floor trying to get it. Drive inside. Jumper is good. I think it was a jumper. Maybe it was tippy toes. Welcome everybody from Valdosta State fans cheering. We know a lot of friends, family, acquaintances from around the country. We know the players aren't all local kids.
There might even be people watching from the state of Washington here today.
Ooh.
Because that's Taylor Bowie's from Puyallup.
Okay.
And they actually played a 2-game tournament over Thanksgiving at Western Washington.
Okay.
And Valdosta State won both games out there, including beating the host team. So I think that was kind of a go-home trip for Taylor Bowie.
I wonder if that was planned.
I wonder if that was scheduled before she signed to play with them.
Maybe that was one of the things that lured her there.
We want to play. We'll play a game at your place.
Yeah. Oh, a shoe. Oh, that did not look good.
We have players down. A shoe.
And Townsend. I think they hit faces. And Townsend is just rolling on the ground. I think they might have collided, like their jaws might have collided.
I think so. It looked like they hit face to face.
Yeah.
And they both were in in severe discomfort. Now, Emily Ashew has shaken it off. She's okay, but Crystal Townsend was down for quite some time. Now, did play continue? I mean, because they scored at this.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Wow. Yeah, so now Jeremy has a chance for the three-point play after the foul by Bonilla.
18-15 Tampa, 5:29 to go until halftime.
We talked about the good games that Lauren Cody had with the 14 points against Lynn, and certainly Rachel Warden with her 23-point effort. Those are both season and or career highs. But how about the game that number 5 had? Karma Jeremy.
Yes.
A near triple-double, 11 points, 8 boards, and 9 assists against Lynn.
She needs to learn to miss a couple wide-open layups and get her own rebound.
Now, the officials are talking, because the one official was in the backcourt. And again, I thought he may have tried to start. He might have.
Can you really take a basket away,
I don't know that you can take a basket away. But we're going to have an explanation of Tom Jesse, and we'll get from his reaction whether they're going to take a basket away.
Tom stomps his foot or something. How he reacts to this. We don't read lips.
Oh, you know what?
Or did they sub when there wasn't?
They may have subbed during that.
Maybe that's all it is.
Yeah, just a sub situation.
No, but Franson was not in. Cody was in.
Oh, you know what? You know what the situation is? I think. 5:34. Well, Emily Ashew went out. Right, during that dead ball. But that was at 5:34 mark.
She's the one who got hurt, got hit. She's being looked at now, even though she looked like she came out of it okay. Now that she's over on the bench, they're working on her jaw or cheeks or nose even. Now Franson's going to shoot free throws. Let's see if we can get him to explain it. See if we can get his attention. Sir?
Yeah. Well, 2 free throws here for Franson.
The one ref at the far side of the court, he's our buddy. He'll usually tell me what's going on.
We'll get an explanation during a dead ball, maybe next time out, which is coming up here in a minute and a half or so.
As soon as they get under 5, there's a media timeout. Jeremy hit the first free throw. She is 3 for 4 today. And 5 points for the Spartans. Knocks that one down. 21-15 Tampa. Spartans with a little backcourt resistance. Throwing it away. Threw it away, and the Spartans will get the turnover.
Yeah, 6th turnover created by the Spartans, so Valdosta State's having some trouble in that regard now.
Jeremy to inbound. Goes to the backcourt to Titer. 21-15 Tampa. Tampa once trailed 13-6, so they are on a 15-2 run right now, if my public school education served me correctly. Warden looked at a 3. Bonilla said no. And Spartans return the favor by throwing it away. 4:56. This will be a timeout with Tampa leading 21-15. 4:56 to go in the quarter.
And I'll go ahead and mention some of our sponsors, Jack. Maybe you can get an explanation here from one of the officials. Want to grab it? Yeah, why don't you go ahead. I'll mention a few of our sponsors, like Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Tropical Smoothie Cafe's menu boasts bold, flavorful smoothies with a healthy appeal, all made to order from the freshest ingredients. Our toasted wraps, sandwiches, flatbreads, and bowls are made fresh with quality meats and cheeses, fresh produce, and flavorful sauces. Located downtown at 200 North Tampa, just around the corner from UT. DP Dough delivers cheesy happiness on and around college campuses, including the University of Tampa. For calzones, wings, and breadsticks, order online at dpdough.com. They are open late. And Rebuilt Meals. Remember that. Whether you're a competitive athlete wanting to tone up or just love flavorful, healthy food, their meals are built to feed your body with the proper nutrients that will fuel your active lifestyle. Enjoy fitness-inspired meal plans with Rebuilt Meals. Visit rebuiltmeals.com. Well, Jack went out to try to get to the officials, but they actually held a conference between the three of them. I think they're still trying to sort out exactly.
Make sure they did make a correct call.
Make sure their stories are right.
Yes. Now at halftime we'll check.
Yeah.
If everybody keep that top of mind.
Yeah, we'll come back with an answer for you.
Cheatham missing, bounces around, rebound Franson. Nice rebound by Molly. That's her 4th of the game. Spartans by 6.
Both teams shooting 28% from the field right now. So, again, the shooting hasn't been a thing of beauty.
Spartans slowly working their way up while Valdosta State slowly working its way down. Sanders, airballed it, but somehow they got the rebound. The shot clock did not.
They reset.
Should not have reset,
So they're going to look and come up with what the shot clock should be.
Couple seconds, I would think. Maybe 3, 4. Well, I don't know what it was when they shot.
I think it was down in the low teens, but
I think then you make it.
They'll go back to the.
You make it 15.
The rebound was at the 4:42 mark.
That was 25 seconds ago.
Yeah. Well, there it is. We're going to get to 12.
Yeah. So the Spartans have the ball. Franson looking inside. Under 10 now. Pass to Jeremy. A little pump fake off the glass and in.
That's a nice job of running the offense. The good execution in a high-low game.
23-15. Biggest lead of the game for the Spartans. Valdosta State once led by 7, but have been outscored 17-2 since then.
Bria Clemens with the basketball right there is a freshman, 5'9", from Dalton, Georgia. She just checked in moments ago.
Jumper on the way from the outside. No good by Mitchell. Taken away by Bonilla. Bounce pass inside. A pump fake up. No good. Jeremy fights for it. It goes out of bounds to Tampa.
I don't know if she'll get credit for it, but I think Titer actually blocked that ball from behind.
Tampa with a chance to get a double-digit lead. Titer backs out.
Valdosta State scoreless over 3 minutes now.
Pass inside Franson. Kicks it out to Sanders. Top of the key to Jeremy. Drives the lane up. Oh, couldn't get it over the rim. We come back the other way with Bonilla scampering up court to Cheatham. Underneath. Nice pass inside to Carraza, and she put it in.
Boy, you're right. That was a really nice pass from the outside there. Cheatham, who does a lot of things well. Nothing extraordinary, but she's just a really solid player, and she is the glue of the team, according to her head coach.
Zone defense now by Valdosta. I don't think we've seen this yet. Franson, skip pass, Titer, and she hits it.
Well, Titer and Warden are the two shooters, the three-point shooters on this team right now, of the players that are out there on the floor. So they got the ball in the hands of the person who could knock down the open shot.
See if any sort of adjustment the Spartans make with the zone, in terms of personnel or otherwise. Bonilla looks to go inside and is fouled by Faith Sanders. (25-17), Spartans on top, 2:12 to go in the first half. 4, 5, and 22 coming in. That is Bowie, Perry, and somebody who has not been in yet. 22 is Kendra Green, a junior from Macon, Georgia. To the corner, that's Green. Pump fake, out to Bowie. She's playing with 2 fouls, so she's going to have to be careful. Almost a steal by Sanders. Driving Perry. Spartans making it hard to find anything inside, so Bowie fires a three, rolls around into the hands of Titer. Good block out by Titer there. Warden traveled.
Turnovers about even now. 6 for Valdosta State. That's the 5th for the Spartans. And look who's coming in here. Griffin Dempsey is checking in for the Spartans for the first time in a couple of games.
And Emily Ashu with a little tape on her nose.
Yep.
Griffin Dempsey out with a shoulder injury. She fell down.
That was the Nyack game.
Yeah.
And she's missed the last 3 since. Yeah, she fell and got it twisted in a funny angle.
Yeah. Did not suit up last game. Pass inside to Bowie outside. And she knocks that one down.
Just too open. The defense didn't react, and a nice pass, a little bit, almost a skip pass, found her pretty open, and she was just spotted up, and you cannot let Taylor Bowie spot up.
That's the first 3 they've hit in a while. They knocked down a couple, and Tom Jesse with a quick timeout, and they hadn't been letting him get any. Franson backs out, a shoe. Tighter inside to Jeremy, back to a shoe. Shot clock to 4. A shoe rolls around and gets a nice shooter's bounce.
That was very nice, and again, you got it into the hands of one of your shooters. Right now, you've got both Titer and Ashu, who are the shooters on the from three-point land. Yeah.
Rebound, nice job by Titer to block out on that one. 7 rebounds already this half. Franson, nice move inside, layup good. She'll go to the line.
There's that double-figure lead again, 30-20. 30 seconds left, and again, the Spartans are starting to get their shooting percentage up. They're starting to get some of those shots right at the basket to go in. They're up to 36% now, while Valdosta State's still under 30%.
Well, they were 2 for 10 at one point, so that means since then they're 9 for 21, which is, not great, but better. Free throw missed. Lead is 10. 25 seconds to go until half.
Hey, let's give some credit where it's due, too. Maddie Mitchell, who was honorable mention All-American last season and the Gulf South Conference Tournament MVP last year, has just 2 points, 1 of 8 from the field. So good defense by the Spartans on Maddie Mitchell.
Down to 7 on the shot clock, a 1 second difference. Bowie with a shot off the rim. Fighting for it is Dempsey, and she comes out of the pack with it and got fouled.
And that's the 5th team foul in the quarter, meaning going to be the 2-shot foul here.
Or 2 shots, no bonus. Total 2 shots.
And so Dempsey gets to go to the free throw line.
All by herself. Though there might be like a second, because I think she was fouled, and then the clock ran out. They may put a few tenths, or 1.2.
There we go.
So everybody does need to come back out. They're going to give her the first shot, and then everybody will gather around after that. Knocks it down. Nice job.
I was going to say, if Valdosta State doesn't take your place, I think you go ahead and shoot it off the rim and go get your own rebound and lay it in.
This is true. Wow. All of a sudden you whip off your headphones and shout it out.
Maximize the opportunity. Now, again, the officials are going to make sure that we're in a situation where there was still time on the clock.
11-point lead for the Spartans. Second free throw for Dempsey.
I'm sorry, Jack. I've walked over you a couple times here. The officials have done a nice job of conferencing when necessary today.
And the shot is going to be short. We have reached halftime, and the Spartans have really turned this game around. It was trailing once 13-6, tied 13-13 at the quarter, and Tampa has a 32-20 lead at half.
Let me check a couple of stats. Maybe grab those officials when they're coming off the floor here, and see if we can get a story and let you have that. I'll just mention very quickly that the leading scorer thus far for Valdosta State, actually Dixon with 5 and Cheatham with 5, but the Lady Blazers shoot just 27.6% in that first half on 8 of 29 shooting, 4 of 12 from downtown. Did have 18 rebounds to Tampa's 24, so not too bad of a margin there as far as the Blazers hanging in there and battling on the boards. For Tampa, the leading scorer is Molly Franzen with 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting. She has 4 rebounds. 8 points for Karma Jeremy with 5 rebounds. And then also 5 points for Emily Ashu on 2 of 3 shooting. She knocked down 1 of 2 from downtown. Titer with 4 points and 7 rebounds. So 7 rebounds is a team high. She also has a team high 4 assists. So nice first half for Stasia Titer out of Orlando, Florida, Colonial High School. And Georgia State University, for some of those of you in Georgia watching, you might know Stasia Titer played 2 years at Georgia State. She was a 2-year starter, averaged over 8 points, almost 9 points as a freshman, and then averaged 8 points her sophomore season. Jack has received an explanation from the officials as he comes back and joins us here. I've recapped all the scoring, so what did you find out?
Well, I think I got the right explanation. I said, the free throws after the girls collided, and he said, that was 2 different plays. I'm like, okay. Well, but what happened? And because I said somebody came off the bench and shot the free throws. Yeah. And so he said because the player couldn't shoot the free throws, they brought somebody in. But I'm like, but a shoe got fouled in the backcourt, but a play continued. Maybe they didn't give it the points. Well, they took the points away?
No. There was a 5-second difference. So I guess it would have been 2 different plays because it was 5 seconds later, but I didn't see the player get hurt. And I don't think you.
But if a shoe, but it was because a shoe couldn't come in and shoot the free throw.
No, Carmen Jeremy was fouled and completed the 3-point play, and then 5 seconds later, that's when they sent Molly Franz into the line. So was there an injury in that next play?
He said because the injured player couldn't shoot, Franson subbed for her and came in and shot. Well, that should have stopped the clock back there when they collided.
Yeah, I'm still confused. We didn't solve anything, did we? I'm not sure that
I guess they know what they're doing.
The officials were right in making that call. All right, 32-20. It's your halftime.
All right, 32-20. Tampa leads Valdosta State. We're going to step out, come back just before the start of the second half. You're watching this game on the Sunshine State Digital Network and TampaSpartans.tv. And we're back at the Martinez Center on the campus of the University of Tampa. Tampa women's basketball, Spartans on top of Valdosta State, the Blazers, 32-20 at halftime. About a minute and a half before we start the second half. And Scott Lynn and I had a little question about some calls earlier in the game. Two players collided in the backcourt. Play apparently continued to the other end, where the Spartans scored a basket but got fouled, and then they basically stopped play, made a couple of little changes, and all of a sudden somebody came in and shot free throws.
Right, and we were trying to figure out what happened, because actually play had continued, 5 seconds had gone off, and then the clock was stopped, because what happened was, and it's been explained to me now, was that they noticed in the official scorebook that one of the Valdosta State players, Bria Clemens' number was incorrect. Her jersey is number 43. In the scorebook, there is no number 43, the official scorebook. So, and I think it was either 23 or 40. We see 40 in the game program here, but I think it said 23 in the scorebook itself. So, Bria Clemens, when she checked in, and I think probably for the injured Valdosta State player, they realized, hey, wait a minute, there's no 43. They got the official's attention, stopped it 5 seconds later, and then they shot the tees. That's what it was. So it was a technical foul. It's not really Bria Clemens' fault. It just happened to be her jersey number that was incorrectly entered into the scorebook. Technical foul. Molly Franson came in and made 2 free throws.
But just so you know, the teams enter their own scorebook. It wasn't like they gave it to Tampa and somebody on the Tampa staff or whatever. And
it's the head coach's responsibility then to make sure everything is correct. Well, how often is it incorrect? Never. Except today it happened to be caught. So unfortunate situation for Valdosta State in a game that was close and still is certainly every bit a good basketball game.
Yeah, definitely so. 32-20 at halftime. Spartans will send out Sanders, Jeremy, Franson, Warden, and Titer.
Clean Eats is a new cafe located at 3838 Neptune Avenue. They're open till 7. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. Healthy sandwiches, wraps, bowls, and smoothies. Clean Eats.
Valdosta State to inbound the ball. They're moving left to right. And here we go. Perry to Cheatham. Spartans, after trailing early by 7, have taken a 12-point lead. There's an errant shot, and it does go out of bounds off Rachel Warden, and it will be Valdosta State's ball.
Yeah, I think you mentioned 13-6 was the score, that 7-point. Since that time, Valdosta State has only scored 7 points.
Yes.
26-7 run to end the half,
Perry missing. Rebound, though. Valdosta State's Dixon. Shot on the way. Taken away by Titer. That's 8 rebounds for Titer. Inside to a posting up Karma Jeremy. They go outside to Warden for 3. And off the rim, no good. I would bet Karma Jeremy, even she still gets a lot of rebounds, but I bet you she's really happy to share the load with someone else.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. She is such a hard worker at both ends of the floor, and I'll tell you another story here as we watch.
But it's so nice to watch her guarding a guard.
Yeah.
As they post her up and go inside. Franson misdirecting that one into the hands of Karma Jeremy. And we come back to the other side 1 minute into the quarter. She's going to go coast to coast and put it in.
I was just going to say, I was here hours before the game, and I'm watching them go through all their workouts. Karma Jeremy was the leader in everything. She's the fastest to run all through every drill. She goes full speed, even in the warm-ups. And she's just a pleasure to watch. What a worker.
Yep. Foul on the Spartans underneath. Let's see who they called it.
Sanders, perhaps?
Sanders. They give it to number 1, her second. That is Faith Sanders.
Yep.
The senior from Savannah, Georgia. Taylor Bowie at the free throw line. 3 points on the day. Make it 4.
I mentioned that she played. The team played back at Western Washington. She made the all-tournament team back there, and I'm sure she had some family and friends back there to watch her. She was first team All-Sunshine State Conference last year, and or 2 years ago, and then was injured after just 5 games last year. They were going to do. Nova made the NCAA tournament, even though she wasn't on the team, out injured. But with her, they might have been a threat to go really, really deep.
34-22 after 2 free throws by Bowie. Spartans work it around the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Franson with the jumper. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Valdosta State into the hands of Bowie. Up top, Dixon. Perry drives left side, lays it up, misses it. Franson tips it into the hands of Rachel Warden. Kicks it out to Titer. Franson inside the arc. Tom Jesse calling out a play. They come back out. A couple players looking away from the three because Titer had it.
They found the shooter, one of the shooters on this team. She shoots about 40% from downtown, so if you can get the ball in her hands, that's a pretty good chance.
That's her first 3 of the game, and the lead is 15, biggest of the game. Top of the key, Dixon. Outside to Mitchell. 3 on the way. Front of the rim, no good. Into the hands of Warden. Finds Titer. Eyes a 3. Nails a 3.
Wow, she just stepped into that three-point shot. Nothing to it.
And a quick timeout is called by Carly Coons as she sees her team go down 40-22. 6:59 to go in the third quarter. And are they actually taking a timeout? Well, everybody's coming back.
I'm not sure what this situation was. I don't think Carly Coons called a timeout. Initially, I thought it was on Tom Jesse was taking a timeout, maybe to set up defense or get a player in.
No timeout called. All right. Okay. Substitution since they stopped play.
Yep, that'll let the players get in. And good to see Crystal Townsend back into the game here. Well, one of the things is the net's up. I don't think that's why they stopped the play, but it's possible. That might have been why
somebody noticed.
They might have blown the whistle to do that, and then nobody brought the net down. That might have been what the situation was.
You're right, though. If the net's up there, they're supposed to stop play.
Yeah, right.
So it's probably what happened. Inside, nice little turnaround miss, though. Rebound, up and missed again. That one was by Carraza, and she was fouled on the way up. Karma Jeremy pleading her case. Tom Jesse goes over to Karma and says, just let it go, let it go.
Carraza is from the state of Florida. She went to Nova High School, Pembroke Pines, Florida.
First free throw, good. Three for 3 from the line is Valdosta State today. Spartans 8 for 10. Tampa a 65%, almost 66% free throw shooting team. Little backcourt pressure. Looking for a trap near midcourt. They get across the line to Franson. At 6'2", she could take a peek over everybody and found Rachel Warden. Titer to Jeremy. They're going to let her have the free throw line jumper. She doesn't want it. To Faith Sanders. Drives the lane. Nice pass to Franson. Jumper on the way. Oh, in and out again. And we come back the other way. Top of the key. Long jumper. Carraza drains it. Cuts the lead to 13. 40-27. Just under 6 minutes to go in the quarter. Noticed in this game, Tom Jesse hasn't gone as deep on his bench as he has in other games. Granted, Dempsey and Ashu have both gotten in, as Lauren Cody.
Yeah, you're right, though. As far as minutes played, there haven't been a lot of extra minutes.
He's kept most of the minutes, 4 of his starters with 20-plus minutes. Karma Jeremy missing inside, though.
She bowled her way into Kenya Simone Dixon, and Dixon fell down. I thought was going to get a charge called, but no whistle. And I think that's one of the reasons there haven't been many subs. No foul trouble for anybody today.
Long jumper on the way.
Yeah, cheat him. Oh, no.
That was Dixon
Dixon.
knocks it down, and that
Right.
cuts it to 10. So 8 consecutive points by Valdosta State has knocked it down to a 40-30 lead. 5:19 to go, third quarter. This is TampaSpartans.tv.
At Jersey Mike's, they offer a sub above with the nearest location at 2121 West Kennedy in Tampa. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. And Courtyard by Marriott is another fine UT sponsor. Simply refreshing. Courtyard by Marriott, located at 3805 West Cypress in Tampa, an official host hotel of University of Tampa Athletics. And your trusted Tampa
home game for one of these games. We do home games.
Yeah, we do all the home games. We need to be there.
He said he'd get back to me.
Has he gotten back to you?
Not yet.
Oh.
They are playing Western Washington, who you already brought up as
There's still
Valdosta
time.
State.
There's still time.
I know. They may not determine who's the home team until later.
Yeah.
Now,
They've already determined the other thing, though, like whether the broadcasters are going to get
whether
to
we're
go.
They're going, yes.
They've made that
that's been
decision.
determined.
They just haven't told you yet.
Apparently, if I have the cash, I'm welcome.
Yeah. You'd have to fly separately. But.
Yes.
Okay.
Little backcourt pressure. Sanders across the timeline. We'll see if this pressure now is not necessarily caused a turnover, but it's causing the Spartans to burn about 15 seconds before they can get into their offense. Franson kicks it out. Sanders, she passed up a 3. 4 on the shot clock. Sanders has to shoot. Front of the rim into the hands of Karma Jeremy. New shot clock for Tampa.
Now, they'll have to reset here. They got really discombobulated in that, getting so late into the shot clock, and they did not necessarily want Sanders to shoot a perimeter shot. She had passed an open three-pointer.
And then shot with 3 seconds. Inside to Franson. Franson muscling her way around, front of 3 people, and threw it away.
Great help defense right there. Number 33, Coraza. She just stepped right in and intercepted the bounce pass. This is a well-coached team.
Yes.
You know, they haven't done a ton offensively today, but some of that is due to the good Tampa defense. But at the same time,
Coraza throws a little elbow out at Molly Franson, decks Molly. Molly's back up, and Coraza gets called with the foul. And this is going to be a timeout as we're under 5 minutes to go in the quarter, I believe, is what's going to happen. That
yes,
is correct.
All right.
Tampa 40. Valdosta State 30, 4:07 to go, third quarter. This is TampaSpartans.tv.
Right in the heart of downtown is Embassy Suites Downtown. Appropriately named, don't you think?
It's a good place.
Just a few blocks from campus. Come stay in luxury at the Embassy Suites Downtown, 513 South Florida Avenue in Tampa. Firehouse Subs. Their subs are made the firefighter way, served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard. Firehouse, founded by firemen. And let's give it up once again to the Spartan team of physicians of Florida Orthopedic Institute, Florida's largest orthopedic group, and to Dr. Selman and Gasser and their sports medicine team for keeping our players active and safe on and off the field with their ortho urgent care just minutes away in South Tampa.
40-30, Tampa on top. Led by 18 a few minutes ago, but Tampa has not scored in the last 3:05. And in that same stretch, Valdosta State has an 8-0 run. Leading scorers so far, Tampa with 3 in double digits. Jeremy, Titer, and Franson all with 10. On the other side, the leading scorer is Dixon with 8 for Valdosta, and Coraza with 7. Spartans will inbound, backcourt pressure. They're going to let him get it in, but then trap near midcourt. Warden looks, gets it to Jeremy. That took 8 seconds to get across, and now the Spartans in the offense. Emily is Shue back in the lineup for the Spartans. Man-to-man defense by Valdosta State. They were in a zone.
And they're switching every time they go through a pick. They're switching.
3 on the shot clock. Franson jumper, no good. Rebound. Townsend comes back the other way. Shooting woes continue on both sides. Good looks. These teams will knock down more of these. It's just one of those nights. And Townsend just pushes her way through, knocks the shoe to the ground, and lays it in. 40-32.
Townsend and
they have
a thing going.
History.
Yeah, they got a little history. They banged heads in the first half.
Inside to Jeremy. 3 minutes to go. She kicks it out. The shoe looks. Inside, Jeremy posting up. Turning around, lays it up, has it blocked. Mitchell with the board.
The Lady Blazers defense has really become aggressive here in this third quarter, and it is causing Tampa a ton of problems.
Whistle called in the lane. I think it's going to be on the Spartans. Off the ball.
Tighter, I think. And we have a wet spot on the floor, so the officials will hold up play for just a moment here in the backcourt.
It is on Tighter, her first. It's only the 5th foul on Tampa this game.
Yeah, not many whistles, that's for sure.
11 on Valdosta State. Bowie, and she knocks it down. It's a 5-point game, I should say, off the 3-point shot. 40-35. 13-0 run for the Blazers. The shoe to Jeremy. Free throw line's going to drive through. Kicks out to Tighter. Off the rim. Rebound Mitchell.
It's been about 5 minutes now for the Spartans since they've scored.
Bowie. Oh, rims it out.
Boy, if that shot had gone, the Spartans would have really been feeling some pressure.
Franson, top of the key. Who will step up for the Spartans and end the drought, which is now 5:05? Jeremy. Inside. Has it knocked out of her hands, but they say she lost it. And it will be Valdosta State's ball.
Well, right from the start of this game, Valdosta State has allowed Tampa to have shots from the perimeter, from 15 to 18 feet, wide open looks, and Tampa has not taken those, with the exception of a couple of players. But we've seen many times Faith Sanders have shots and pass on them, and others. I mean, bottom line is that the Spartans are going to have to hit a couple shots from the perimeter, I think, to open things up on the inside.
Tampa 4 of 10 on three-pointers this game, whereas the Blazers have doubled that, taken 20 three-pointers and hit 7. Long jump shot, Carrazzo, and she airballed it. Spartans get the ball. Minute 25 in the quarter.
Carrazzo doesn't shoot a lot of threes. That was just her second try in this game. That gives her 10 on the year in the 7 games or 6.5 games that they've played at this point.
Jeremy gets through and hands the ball to Faith Sanders. Back in the lineup, replacing a shoe. Franson. Notice that recently Franson has gone out of the post and been replaced by Jeremy inside. Jeremy kicks it to Sanders. She eyes the 3, and she airballed it.
She's still looking for her first points of the game. 0 for 6 overall and 0 for 3 from downtown right now. Shots not dropping for Faith.
45 seconds in the quarter. Right now 15 on the shot clock for the Blazers. They're down just 5 now. Perry kicks it out. Cheatham with 3. And almost lodged that one between the rim and the backboard. Spartans have the ball, about a 2-second shot differential.
I saw somebody on one of the national networks call that a wedgie. I didn't know that was an official term. If the ball gets stuck in the basket like that.
It does get wedged in there.
It does get wedged in, so I guess that's what you can call it.
Franson knocks it down. It's a 2 from just beyond the free throw line.
Over 6.5 minutes it took for them to finally get the ball in the hoop.
Mitchell tries to answer, doesn't, and rebounded by Warden. Quickly up ahead, Franson. Oh, and that quarter runs out. So we are 30 minutes into the books, and Tampa holding on to a 7-point lead. Valdosta State outscoring Tampa this quarter 15-10, and it's 42-35 with the final 10 minutes coming up. Jack Ike, Scott Lynn, right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
The Bay Harbor Hotel is located at 7700 West Courtney Campbell Causeway in Tampa. It offers a discount rate to all UT supporters and guests. The Bay Harbor Hotel on Courtney Campbell Causeway. Sodexo University Dining Services allows you to choose from 27 dining stations serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Closer, except they have not scored for more than 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, but bottom line, momentum seeming to be on the side of the Lady Blazers as they go on a 13-2 run over the last 6 minutes and 47 seconds of that third quarter. So Tampa looked a little bit stymied there on what to do on offense, as that aggressive Blazer defense really was causing them some problems. I look for, and you noticed it earlier, I think the ball's going to be in Karma Jeremy's hands a lot right now, I think, because she makes a lot of things happen. And whether she's in the low post or at the top of the key, with her ball handling skills, she can create. We've seen her go inside and kick it out. If she doesn't score herself, one of the shooters is going to have to knock down one of these perimeter shots.
We are into the fourth quarter. Pass inside Franson. Tries to put it in. Fouled on the way up, and the foul is going to be on Dixon.
Tom Jeremy had an official right in front of him, and she did not blow her whistle, and Tom Jeremy's like, how could he see it under there when I could see it and you could see it and you didn't blow your whistle? In any case,
Molly Franson, her first shots. Free throws.
Yeah.
Nope, she's 3 for 4.
Yeah, she had the 2 technical free throws.
3-point shots is what it. Scanned the wrong column. Hit them both.
That happens. Well, one of the reasons that the Lady Blazers are still struggling is Maddie Mitchell, one of their star players, leading scorer, 17 points a game. Mitchell has 2 points. She's 1 of 11 from the field.
Trying to do it at the other end, though, with 8 rebounds.
Yep.
And on cue, she gets the ball, but Spartans' Franson doesn't let her get a shot. Kicked out to Dixon. 5 on the shot clock. Dixon launches a 3 and hits it. And launch is the operative term there. Yeah. It's a 6-point game, 44-38. Will the Spartans answer? 9 minutes, 5 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Ashu gets a chance to drive the lane off the glass. No good. We come the other way. Quickly up court to Bowie. Grabs it. Back out. Dixon for 3. No good. Fighting for it is Franson, and she grabs the board. Rebound number 5 on the day for Molly. Tom Jesse calling out a play. Message received by Rachel Ward. Off the pick from Franson. Franson sets a pick for Titer. Titer jumper off the rim.
Keep an eye on Dixon. She's 3 for 3 from downtown in this game. She was 5 of 24 for the year coming in, so she's been really hot today.
Cheatham lobs it inside to Dixon, and I think she stepped out of bounds. She did. 8:04 to go. Fourth quarter, Tampa by 6. Spartans winners of their last 4. 7-1 on the season, 3-1, tied for first. Rollins got beat over the weekend to fall. I think there's a 3 or 4-way tie for first right now. Franson, step back jumper. No, won't go in. Tampa, Eckerd, and Rollins tied with Florida Southern all tied at 3-1 in the conference. It's early. Dixon drives the lane, loses the ball, but they're giving Sanders the foul. for a reach-in.
Only the second team foul, I think, for Tampa this quarter, so no free throws for a while.
Much different game in this women's game today compared to the men's game we had on Saturday. 66 fouls were called, or 62 fouls were called, 66 shots taken. Mitchell blocked, but Tider gets the call. 62 fouls. I did some quick math, and I said that's a foul every 40 seconds.
Felt like it was a lot more than that. Felt like there were 160
66 shots taken from the free throw line.
Yeah. I prefer this. I prefer let them play a little bit.
And it was split up pretty equally. It's not like one side could say, hey. Tampa held on to win that game. Mitchell with the free throw. Her first free throw. Her third point.
Well, we've all often heard that if you're struggling from the field, get to the line, have some success, get the ball in the basket, and then maybe that opens things up. So let's see if Maddie Mitchell now suddenly finds her offensive game.
She did hit both, has 4 points. Backcourt pressure, almost taken away, and they call a jump ball. Faith Sanders running into Cheatham. Cheatham got her hands on it, did not let go, and it's a turnover with the possession arrow going to Valdosta State. Remember the old jump ball?
Yeah, I remember it.
Tie-ups.
Faith Sanders was trying to draw a lot of pressure to her, and then she was going to pass the ball back to the other side, but she got too deep into that dribble, right into trouble.
Dixon missing, rebound, Mitchell. Nice job. Franson tried to block it, but Mitchell put it in.
Second field goal, and the first shot attempt since the free throws that went in. Look out. Yep. Maddie Mitchell might be back.
It's a 2-point game, 44-42. Once an 18-point lead has been whittled to 2. That 18-point lead, 10 minutes of basketball since.
Well, Karma Jeremy does exactly what I expect her to do now the rest of the way. She's a senior. She's a leader. She did a nice spin move, got herself down into good position to score. Didn't get the ball to go in, but she drew the foul, and she'll shoot a couple of free throws. Now, the Spartans are going to have to make free throws here today. There's just no question, because Valdosta State has, I think, 4 of their regulars shoot 80% or better from the line. You get into a free throw shooting contest, you got to make your free throws against a good free throw shooting team.
Misses that one. Spartans are 10 for 13 from the line today, shooting well today. But what have you done for me lately is what happens in the last quarter.
Well, I mean, just as an example, Maddie Mitchell, 81%. Bowie's 80%. Dixon is 91%. Wow. And on it goes.
Knocks that one down. Karma Jeremy shooting much better on free throws from earlier in the year. Lead, though, is 3. Bowie with the ball, guarded by a shoe. Pass inside, kicked by a shoe, out of bounds. Well, we thought we were going to get a battle. Then we didn't think we were getting one, and now we've got one.
Well, we definitely do. And Tom Jesse said, hey, a lot of teams are playing NAIA schools and whatnot in the preseason, but, you know, we want to see how good we are. We're playing the good teams, and this is a good team coming in. So this has not surprised Tom Jesse, for sure.
Spartans come back the other way. 3-point lead. Tighter to a shoe. Fakes the 3. Jeremy knocks over, and it is a charge. That's a good call.
Yep, and good defense by Taylor Bowie. She just jumped in there, and again, all the teams seem to run the weave kind of thing here, where you just hand it off and you create something where you get the ball eventually with a ball handler who can then drive down the lane and dish or go all the way to the basket. And Taylor Bowie, in her 6th year of college basketball, knows that that's coming, and she just jumped right into the spot.
Still a 3-point Tampa lead, but here come the Blazers. Perry across the timeline. Bounce pass to Carrazzo just in the lineup, and Jeremy called for the foul there. So within about 10 seconds, Karma Jeremy's picked up 2 fouls.
And that's the 4th team, so still no shots. But from here on out, every whistle against Tampa is going to mean 2 free throws for Valdosta State.
Just under 6 minutes, so they could be going to the line for a while.
Yeah, and Tampa, the Blazers with only 2 fouls.
Bowie off the rim, fighting for it is Rachel Warden. She has 9 rebounds today. She seems to come out of the pack with a bunch. It's got to be close to a career high for her. Jeremy looks to go inside, spin dribble off the glass, fouled on the way up though by Carrazzo. Karma to the line where she is 5 for 7 today.
Got that first one to go. That's big. As you've mentioned in previous broadcasts, the second one's usually easier once that first one gets in.
Yes.
Jeremy from the line, though, is just 59% for the season coming into the game. But as you mentioned, she's shooting better now.
The last few games, yes. Oh, that one won't go. 4-point lead. 5.5 minutes to go. Perry looks to go inside, finds Mitchell, trying to go up on Franson. Franson stuffs her, and it goes out of bounds to Tampa. Nice job by Molly Franson to get her hand up there and block that shot, and then it went off Mitchell out of bounds. Spartans now look to capitalize at the other end. Jeremy lobs it inside to Franson, but taken away by Mitchell, so tit for tat there. Perry's trying to race down. Spartans deflect her off to the side. With a little weave going on. Bowie with the ball. Wanted to go inside to Mitchell, couldn't do it. Carrazzo outside. 7 on the shot clock. Cheatham way outside. Drives the lane. Unimpeded down the lane. Missed the shot. Jeremy rebounds. 8 rebounds for Karma Jeremy. Tighter for 3 from the corner. No good. Franson tried to get it over the body of Mitchell, but not able to do it, and a quick timeout called by Carly Coons.
You mentioned the 9 rebounds for Rachel Warden. I think that is a career high for her. Her season high was 5 previously against Eckerd College. I didn't see the game-by-game from last year, but she only averaged a rebound a game, so I'm pretty sure that the 9 rebounds is going to be her new career high.
I would bet.
I would think. Do want to let you know that Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa is Tampa's only all-waterfront, all-suite resort located on beautiful Rocky Point Island, just minutes from UT, the Sailport Waterfront Suites. And Krispy Kreme, for generations, Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Visit the nearest Krispy Kreme on West Kennedy. Krispy Kreme serving hot donuts now. Doubletree by Hilton. The Tampa Airport, West Shore. Book a beautiful room or suite at their newly renovated Tampa Doubletree Hotel on Cypress, just minutes from UT. And finally, Buffalo Wild Wings says it's not whether you win or lose, it's where you celebrate the game. Buffalo Wild Wings, located at 1625 East 7th Avenue in Ybor City. Happy to welcome UT fans after the game. Hopefully, it'll be a celebration. But Valdosta State has come battling back, and it's a 4-point game with 4:18 to play.
Once an 18-point lead for the Spartans with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Has been cut to 2. Right now it's 4.
Carly Coons, by the way, was a Valdosta State a fine player, one of their leading scorers when she graduated. She helped them get to the Sweet 16 her senior year. She was a grad assistant for 2 years at Valdosta State, then went to Belmont Division I as an assistant for 6 years, and this head coaching job opened up for her, and she came back. She goes, that wasn't the plan, but wow, am I going to turn down a chance to coach at the alma mater? Not a chance of that happening.
Carrazzo, top of the key. Finds Townsend, and I think she's fouled by Titer, who disputes the call.
I think it's Karma Jeremy, was it?
Jeremy?
No, or was it Titer?
I think it was Titer.
Oh, you're right. It was. I stand corrected.
3 on her.
Yeah.
And we've reached the 2-shot point.
Yes, indeed. Interestingly, Tampa has a new graduate assistant this year, and Elena D'Alfredo, who was a star at UT the last 2 years, and she is, she's looking at her career path, wondering if it could be the same thing. And I mentioned to her before the game, I was here a couple hours before, and had a chance to talk to Elena. I said, hey, you know what? This might be, Carly Coons. You might follow in that same kind of a path where you go be a grad assistant for a couple of years, go somewhere else, become an assistant, learn another system, and find out what you can do as a coach. And you never know, you could be a head coach 6-8 years from now.
They knock down both free throws, or she does. It's 46-44, back to a 2-point game, under 4 minutes to go. Jeremy looks to drive, kicks it out to Warden. Who will step up for the Spartans? Franson, free throw line extended. Puts the fake on Mitchell. Jumper in the lane. Oh, it won't go. And the rebound to Valdosta State. Chance to tie. Maybe take the lead.
Yeah, Crystal Townsend went hard to the defensive boards right there and ripped down a tough rebound.
Handoff. Townsend fading away. Hits it and they lead. Valdosta State 47, Tampa 46, and they've completed the comeback from an 18-point deficit with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Townsend has not missed a three-point shot all year, but that's only her third attempt.
Foul called up top, and I believe it's going to be on Townsend, but the Spartans have lost an 18-point lead.
Well, let's see what they're made of. Yeah. Let's see. This could be a big character game.
Warden to inbound. Into Franson. Again, neither team shooting well. The Spartans amazingly at 31%. Well over what Valdosta State is shooting. They're at 26.7. Jeremy fouled on the way in by Mitchell.
And that's the 15th foul, so now Tampa gets to shoot 2 free throws every whistle. When is the foul called? We should point out.
Yes. Jeremy to the line today, 6 of 9.
Boy, it got real quiet in here, didn't it?
Did get very quiet. Missed it. She'll get another. We're tied. 47-47, 2:39 to go in the game.
Valdosta State with all 5 starters on the floor.
Spartans with 4 of 5, I should say. Bowie, deep water, no good. Franson rips it down.
Actually, I stand corrected. I see Crystal Townsend did not start, so 4 of 5 starters on the floor.
Both teams with 4 of 5 in. Tie game, Spartans with the ball. Warden goes inside to Titer, turns into traffic, kicks it back to Jeremy. Jeremy pivots, back out. Franson has to scramble for it. 7 on the shot clock. She gave it a quick glance, drives the lane, pivots, turns up, fouled.
And that was one of the most aggressive plays we've seen from any Tampa player here in the second half. She saw the shot clock ticking down, had 7 seconds when she was still 25 feet from the basket. She could have passed to a teammate, but she was determined to either score or be fouled at the basket, and she's going to shoot 2 free throws as a result.
Hits that. Spartans lead. 48-47, 1:57 to go. I guess I should say in regulation.
You better. Molly, what a bounce-back game for her after going scoreless in 10 minutes against Lynn because of those 4 personal fouls, trouble all night long. 15 points for Franson.
49-47, Spartans by 2. Valdosta State with the ball. Bowie, guarded by a shoe. They go inside to Mitchell. Franson doing her best. Pivots, turns, hits. We're tied. 49-49, 1:35 to go in the game. The shoe on the handoff. Jeremy looks to cut in. They let her go through, knocks a player to the floor, lays it in anyway.
They tried to draw an offensive foul, and actually Karma kind of threw her right elbow out a little bit, but not enough contact to really facilitate or to make that falling down necessary.
And a foul called in the lane, I think. I don't know if they're getting
I think Rachel, no,
a shoe, maybe? Bowie was away from the ball. See who they give it to here.
I thought I saw four. No, it's tighter. It is tighter with her fourth.
Well, they're putting a shoe up on the board with her first. Scoreboard showing one thing. Stat sheet showing another. Yeah, we'll see who wins this battle.
Yeah, on the stat sheet they're saying Tyder's fourth, so I'm not sure which it is.
I'm believing the scoreboard.
Okay.
And missing that one makes one of two. Spartans with the ball, minute 10, and a 1-point lead.
Big miss by the 80% free throw shooter right there, Bowie.
This is a huge possession. Tighter in the lane, back out. Warden going to launch a three and knocks it down. And a quick timeout by Tom Jesse as Rachel Warden drains a three under pressure, and the Spartans lead 54-50.
She was 7 of 9 the first time. Last game, I should say. Just 2 of 5 from downtown, but oh, what a big three-pointer that was inside the final minute.
Faith Sanders will check in as it's now a 4-point lead with 51 seconds to go. Huge shots by Rachel Warden. Just her 6th point of the night.
To go with her 9 rebounds, career high, we believe. Tyder with 9 rebounds, Jeremy with 9 rebounds. So no double-doubles yet today for Tampa.
Not often your point guard leads you in rebounds.
Yeah. "11 rebounds for Mitchell. Only 8 points, though, so she's still a little bit away from a double-double. She had 13 double-doubles last season. By the way, Kenya Dixon has 4 doubles in the first 6 games.
Wow.
She has 11 points and 10 rebounds, so that tonight is her 5th in 7 games.
Wow. Townsend drives, kicks it to the corner. Deep three by Bowie, rebounded Tampa's Karma Jeremy.
I'm not sure, Sanders might have got a piece of that one in the corner.
Into the hands of Franson. Good free throw shooter, so not a bad idea, even though she's your center, to get the ball into her hands.
Yeah,
she'll go to the line.
You know, Franson has done well today, 6 of 7, but she's 80% on the season. And again, you're talking about a very experienced player. Didn't play last season, of course, because of the injury, but had played 2 years at Northern Kentucky University. Averaged 6 points as a sophomore, so she's loving this.
Yeah, hits the first. And the second. It's a 6-point lead with 31 seconds to go. Carly Coons wants a timeout.
Did I mention you got to make your free throws to beat this Valdosta State team?
I think so, and yeah. Tampa's done that.
They have. They really connected. 77% from the line, 17 of 22. They've had more than twice as many free throw attempts.
And you know, Valdosta State seemed to have the opportunity to cut into that margin, getting into the two-shot opportunity so much pretty early, about 5.5 minutes. At the time, when they got their 5th, when Tampa got its 5th, Valdosta State only had 2 fouls.
My God.
It's been evened up since then.
I'll tell you what, this is an impressive Valdosta State team. I keep going back to that because if you're watching from Georgia, you're a Valdosta State fan, it's going to be difficult because some of the players that you were counting on coming into the season, Sonia Franklin, who started every game last year, averaged about 13 points a game, not with the team this season. She hopefully will be back next year. Jasmine McIntosh, who was the 6th man last year, averaged about 5 points a game, sometimes started occasionally. She is out with an injury. Abby Rouse is not traveling with the team right now. So, again, but those two, Franklin and McIntosh, were definitely players that were counted on. And when the coaches picked the Lady Blazers to win the Gulf South Conference, they were
factored in.
Yeah, they were factored in. Now, I think at that time they didn't know Taylor Bowie was going to be transferring, and coming there to play her final season at Valdosta State. So they're going to be good regardless, all season long.
Townsend to Bowie. 30 seconds to go in the game. Tenths of a second off the shot clock difference. Shot missed. Rebound. Cheatham launching another three. Missed again. Franson rebounds. They go after her, and they get the foul, and Franson will go to the line. Molly Franson smart enough to know if I grab the rebound, I'm just going to let him slap at me. I don't want to get it out of my hands.
Well, just make one of two here, and it's a 3-possession game. They can even knock down a couple 3-pointers in the final 18 and a half seconds, and it won't matter. So just at least one of these two.
She has 18.
Should seal the deal.
Got it. So I'm believing that's a career high now at 19.
Ties her performance with Nyack.
19?
If she makes this, it'll be 20.
Okay. In and out. She got the one. Made it a 7-point game, and Carly Coons wants a timeout.
Tom Jesse and his staff doing a nice job keeping his team, keeping their heads in it, even when they went, 6.5 minutes or so with just a couple of points or no points.
No points.
But they've done a nice job, and Tom Jesse, the winningest coach in this program's history, about to pick up win number 311 against 145 losses.
Molly Franson, who hit one of those 2 free throws, has logged 37 minutes today. Warden with 36, Jeremy with 35, and 40 for Titer. Titer has not come out.
Wow.
Technically 39 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yeah.
But they round up.
42 and a half seconds. Oh, yeah, they round. Okay. That's good. Well, we talk about it being a character game. It looks like the character shows through pretty strongly here for the Spartans today.
Definitely. Bowie to inbound. 17 seconds to go. Cheatham with a long one, missing it. Tipped out of bounds off Tampa. And it will be Valdosta State's ball under the basket left side. Bowie to inbound. 14 seconds to go. Looks. Inside to Mitchell. Mitchell turns around. Franson says, I'm just going to let you lay it in. Don't want to put you on the line and get you free points. And a quick timeout.
That gets Mitchell her double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds. So Maddie Mitchell, a 3-year starter. She was the MVP of that Thanksgiving tournament at Western Washington. So she's, and again, having a nice season at 17 points. Scored a season-high 22 in the game against Western Washington, which is a win over the host school of that Thanksgiving tournament.
We are back on the air on Saturday when the Spartans will host Barry. 2 o'clock women's game, 4 o'clock men's game. Look at the women's schedule here, and they're home cooking here for a while. They played Lynn last Saturday. Home against Valdosta State tonight. Barry on the 9th. And then on the 18th and 19th, they'll play Southern Wesleyan and then Malone. So they've got a whole bunch of home games coming up there.
And we do those games.
It's a holiday tournament. Games. Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah.
It's a holiday tournament. I guess that's our reward instead of Hawaii.
Yeah. And that's okay. Yeah. We get to stay with our families.
Yes. "11 seconds left.
Valdosta State only 8 turnovers, just 10 turnovers for Tampa. Again, the shooting hasn't been tremendous, but Tampa's seemingly going to hold on here, it would seem.
Pass into France, and they immediately wrap their arms around her to send her to the line. That's a nice luxury to have, as your big player can knock down free throws on an 80% clip.
And Maddie Mitchell has fouled out of the game here. That was her 5th personal, so she does head to the bench with 10 points and 12 rebounds. I think she made her last 3 shots from the field.
Yeah, and hit 2 free throws, I believe.
Yeah.
In the process. A very clean game. It's just been not a great shooting exhibition on either side. Tampa 31% and Valdosta State 28%.
Yeah, and again, I think this comes back to defense. I'm really impressed with Valdosta State's defense in the second half, and Tampa did respond when called upon to come through and make some key stops themselves.
Tampa career high for Franson with 20 points. Driving layup. Nice job by Perry to knock it in with 4 seconds to go. 58-54. It's only a 4-point difference. Spartans need to inbound. They get it to Warden. Trapped in the corner and fouled by Perry.
So Rachel Warden will go to the line for the first time today. She's 3 of 4 for the season.
Okay, answered my question.
Yeah, I could see you. I could see your thought process going. Your brain was working hard.
You saw the smoke.
Yep. And with just 2.1 seconds left, it's in the bag.
I do remember, though, the Spartans had a 3-point lead a couple years ago and fouled a 3-point shot that went in, and they hit the free throw to beat Tampa.
Oof. That's not good.
No. All you had to do is not foul. Knocks that one down, though. And one last timeout by Carly Coons.
Well, and I think what Carly will do is you can move the ball forward, so they'll bring it in here to the front court. And I think they'll run a play. She knows that in all likelihood the game is out of hand. The only thing that they could possibly do would be inbounds for a quick layup. I mean,
yes,
immediately, and then steal and shoot a 3.
Yeah.
You know, or be fouled shooting a 3 and maybe make 3 free throws. That's the only way you can get this game to overtime.
I must say I do not like this rule. The NBA came up with it a few years ago that you call a timeout after a made basket. We're gonna automatically advance you 50 feet just for being around here, just for playing.
It's a participation thing. You get to move the floor. Here we go.
2 seconds to go. Inbounding it. Perry looking. Cheatham puts a dribble, fires a shot, no good. Spartans win it. Tampa Spartans hold on for a nice win, beating a very talented Valdosta State team 59-54 this evening at the Martinez Center. And the Spartans run their record to 8-1 in overall record for the season.
Yeah, 5 straight wins, 7-0 at home now. Again, you look at that, they are definitely having some home cooking here early. Things will get a little more difficult after the first of the year as far as a lot of road games and tough SSC games.
But
they've done all that they can. They've done everything that they can. We'll see if Tom
Colby will send a player over to talk to us.
I wouldn't doubt.
I'm betting on
Molly Franson.
That
would be, if we had a vote, that would probably be it. It's a career high for Molly.
And I'll ask her the same question I asked Rachel Warden. Then.
Do you realize it was a career high? Let's see if he brings somebody. Oh, it's going to be Karma Jeremy.
Karma Jeremy.
All right. Jeremy with 15 points, 10 rebounds, another double-double for Karma. That's her second double-double of the season.
Karma Jeremy joining us. Hey, my friend Karma is here. Nice game.
Thank you.
You made it a little interesting, though, huh?
Oh, yeah, we had to. I mean, I was missing a lot of early shots, but, I mean, the team came through. A win is a win.
The thing that impressed me, and I'm not trying to butter you up or anything, but, I mean, you guys had an 18-point lead. You trailed at one point, but it just really looked like you guys hung together, and the leadership said, we don't panic. Yeah, they took the lead, but we're just going to stay cool and do what we can.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what I do. I played 4 years on this court. It's my 4th year. I mean, I just know I got to lead the team, whether my shots is dropping or not. I just know I got to lead them.
It seems like at one point they moved Molly out so you could kind of operate a little more in the middle. Was that a design?
Absolutely. I mean, they weren't playing me because they know I'm not a jump shot shooter, and I know that. I got teammates who can shoot the shot, so I went down there and I did my dirty work down low, and Molly knocked it down outside. It's just a big team. You play inside out, let it breathe.
Let me look how close you came here. Do you know that you had a double-double?
No, I didn't know that.
15 and 10 today.
Wow. It's a good
7-11 from the free throw line. Your free throws are looking good these days.
It's looking better. You know, I'm working, man. I'm shooting I just shot 330 free throws up to this week already.
Throwing a non-conference game in the middle of everything like this, does it mean anything? You had a conference game Saturday. You got another one this Saturday?
I mean, absolutely. This is a big region win for us. This teams, you know, they're from the Gulf South, and everyone else around our league, they're not playing the toughest teams around here, just trying to build our resume and make sure we get beating good teams for March time. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, we're going to be here Saturday. We've got another game then.
That's right. We've got to beat them Buccaneers next.
All right. Okay. Karma Jeremy, thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? She kind of made my headphones sweaty. Just saying.
You want us to wrap up the broadcast pretty soon here?
Well, you can have it the rest of the way. No, I was just going to say, one last thing that Tom Jesse told me before the game. He said, you know, a lot of teams schedule NAIA schools, just getting easy wins. They called and said, can we play? You want to play? And Tom Jesse said, yeah, we would like to play you. Yeah. This is a team, like I said, it was in the NCAA South region last year and probably will be again this year out of the Gulf South Conference. So to have have a win is important. But he said even if we lose to a good team, it doesn't hurt you that much. But if you beat a good team, it helps you a ton. So this win, 59-54 today, really helps the Spartans.
All right, let's quickly recap the scoring, and then we'll get out of here. Rachel Warden with 7 for the Spartans. Karma Jeremy, who we just talked to, 15 points, 10 boards. Tyter with 10 and 9, a nice game. Franson with 20 and 8. Dempsey with 2, Ashu with 5 to round out the Spartan scoring. On the other side, Bowie had 9, Perry with 5, Mitchell had 10, Dixon leading them with 11, Cheatham 5, Townsend 7, Carrazza with 7. Spartans win it, now 7-1 on the season, and will be playing this Saturday when Barrie, the Buccaneers, come to town. For Scott Lynn, this is Jack Ike saying thanks for joining us. We'll be here 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. You've been watching this game on TampaSpartans.tv.